Today I've decided to do some arrowhead hunting here on Quicksand Creek in Breathitt County. This is some of my family's property. I found it up here a lot, found a lot of good stuff. Other people found a lot of stuff too here. Sneak in here, don't ask permission, loot it to death, but I'm gonna try and hunt some here and hopefully find something today. I had a dream, I actually found something right out there in that little green spot last night, but hopefully my dream will come true and I'll find some cool stuff to show y'all. Well, I just wanted to turn the camera on for a minute and give y'all an idea how much flint there is in this little field. So, it's probably all Breathitt church, just different colors and stuff like that. Man, this field is just loaded with stuff. And I found stuff from archaic times, Hopewell stuff here, Fort Ancient stuff, a lot of Adena stuff. But you can see this field is just loaded with flint, man. I mean, plumb out through there, plumb out that rise, plumb down to the creek. Found a lot of good stuff in here, especially in this field right here, this little garden place next to the road. And if any of y'all's trying to zero in on where I'm at up here, I would advise that you stay the hell out, because if I catch you, I will run your damn ass off, at the least. I'm right in the edge of the plowed area here, right along the margin. And that little rascal there just kind of stood out. I didn't touch it, I don't know what it was yet, but obviously see there's flaking on it. Yeah, it's a little something. It's been broke. Get the camera to focus, there we go. It's been broke back here, in my opinion. Either broke here or it wasn't finished all the way. Clean it up later and look more. But I mean, it's definitely been a tool. Some kind of little point. You can see the flaking on it there, the edge. So, score one so far. For me and Chachi's walked here, we were way out there to the left of that rise, plumb out of sight from where we are now when we started. We've come straight through the field to where we are now. And anybody that's done a lot of field hunting for arrowheads and stuff knows that it's really hard to find stuff where you got a lot of ground cover. Walking all this way. Finally, I've seen a few little chips. I'm gonna record it. Let's see. Sun's bright. Yes. I don't think it was anything. Maybe it might have been a tool at one time, but really just a big piece of flint that caught my attention. I don't think it's anything, but it just goes to show that there's possibility there's stuff here, because where there's flint, there's probably artifacts. Well, actually, this is an artifact. A lot of people don't think chips are artifacts, but they are, because they're from the same time period as all the good stuff. But shows we're on the right track, at least. I was taking my gouger here. It's a piece of river cane to gouge stuff out of the ground with. I can't really turn my phone on and record every time I find a flake. I'll be doing that all day, man. But didn't have it on recording, but I flipped out a little flake, a little piece of Breathitt shirt. Right there you can see on the top edge that this was actually a tool and not just a flake. You see all them notches in the top, those have been put there purposefully, probably with a deer antler tied. Just as some kind of little thumb scraper, just to give it a rough edge. And man, it is rough. Well, here it's kind of sharp, blunt, kind of sharp there. But yeah, that's somebody's tool, little hand tool probably. 4,000 years ago, maybe. I'm gonna guess it's from the woodland period. Most of the stuff in this field that I find is. But we're pretty close, actually, to where I showed y'all that big chunk a couple minutes ago. So there's some flint here. There's artifact number 2 for the day. Here's something kind of cool. Just a big chunk of Breathitt chert, the main flint type we have in this area. This probably come out of the creek down there. It's just full of natural chunks about like this. Right here you can see the outer rind. It's the natural side of it. And that might have been too, but all the arrowheads and chips and stuff like that, it's in this part of the country. That's what most of them's made out of. Some rough looking stuff there. You got something worth recording, digging out here. Definitely tell it's been working. Some kind of little broke something or another. It's just kind of been thinned all the way around. Some of it broke out right there. It might have happened when they was trying to nap it. It might have been while this is laying there, actually. They decided they didn't want to nap it on out into something because it was breaking out. So maybe they just quit it. So it looks like the outside, natural outside rind there. But I mean, it's something somebody worked on a long time ago. Pretty cool. More Breathitt chert. Let's see this thing here that just flopped out of there. Cool. Broke. That's been some kind of little knife or something. There's a notch for it, I bet. It's the base. It's the point that got broke off up here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Even though it's broke. Some kind of little primitive knife. Again, it's another piece of native Breathitt chert from right around here. Me and Chachi have made our way down here to another field we're going to try. You see there's been some corn planted on it this year and some soybeans too, so a lot of ground covered just like the other field, but I found stuff here before. Hopefully find a little something today. Well, no artifacts turned up in our hunt. Nothing, not even a broke one, just a few chips. So in place of that, right here in the field, this big old hunk of sandstone blocks, and I figured I'd share something cool with y'all real quick. This was actually a house about 100 years ago, something like that. Probably even less than that, but this was a house, what remains of a house of one of my ancestors, my great-great-grandfather. This feller's name was Benton Mans, and he would have been my father's father's grandfather. And he was one of the quote-unquote bad men in this part of the country, and maybe one of the baddest in this general area. About 15 years ago, a gentleman that was about 80 years old then, this feller's passed away now, but me and him were common ancestors of this Benton feller, and he was telling me stuff he knew about him. It was really cool. He knew of at least 5 men that this Benton guy had killed, at least. And he even went to prison for one of the murders, and the murder, he quote-unquote murder, he went to prison for was over a guy had shot his dog. A bunch of drunk guys rode by his house. He lived along a road up the road here called Halls's Fork. And his dog ran out on these drunk horse riders, and one of the guys shot his dog. So I guess old man Benton waited on the guy to come back wherever he went and let him have it with both barrels of a big double barrel shotgun, kill him stone dead. and they sent him to the penitentiary over at. But anyways, he got sent to the penitentiary, and if I'm not mistaken, it's LaGrange. It's whichever one they call the castle on the Kentucky River. I watched a KET program about it, but I'm not 100% on the name. But anyway, this prison caught fire what time that Benton was a resident there, and a bunch of people, a bunch of prisoners and stuff was trapped in the infirmary that wasn't able to get up and run out of the prison. And it just happened to be an old sandstone prison just like these blocks here. So Benton and a bunch of other prisoners helped get the immobilized prisoners in the hospital unit out. And for doing that and endangering himself, they shortened his sentence up, so he didn't have to die in the penitentiary. But apparently he didn't learn his lesson, because I'm pretty sure after he got out of prison, got released for his good behavior and saving those folks, he went right up the road here about a mile or so and killed a feller, if I'm not mistaken, killed a feller named Bad Andy. And you know you got to be pretty bad if you kill a feller named Bad Andy. So just a little quick history lesson about bloody Breathitt County and some of my ancestors that was some of the bad men in all the feuds. This is all that's left of his old homestead here. He tore his house down when he built the highway here, and people's lived up here above it now. They just throw the trash over. And people just don't get much respect. You know, just junk it up. A lot of these old blocks would still be good to build stuff with, but anyway, that's old guy's homestead. There's a little bit about him. This is it. I got it all washed up. That's why it's so shiny. It's about the best thing I come up with today. It's a little piece from the edge of the field where you can actually see some teeth that's still on that thing. They've still got an edge. It's been broke. It's just half of whatever it originally was. Some kind of big rough knife, probably. A big old hafted tool. Some kind of biface. See, that really flaked it. And I got to looking at this thing after I cleaned it. It's got these really weird little circular doodads on there. And I have not seen that on any flint around here before, and it's kind of strange. And I don't know what that is. So if any of y'all watching this knows, comment and let me know, because it's pretty weird. Kind of looks like where crinoid fossils have been against it, and because I know sometimes there's fossils in chert and flint, but weird. But anyway, there's a biface, a rough biface, a preform. Here's a little thumb scraper, the little notchy serrations. This is a piece I thought might have been a scraper, but now once I got it home and cleaned it, I think not, but I'm gonna keep it. Maybe flint napa arrowhead or something out of it. It's a cool broke knife. I think this was the last piece that I picked up before I left the big cornfield. But you can see it's napped down both sides. There, I'm pretty sure that was a notch. Bifaced and thinned. This would have been the tip up here where it's broke. And probably hafted into a handle or piece of wood or something like that. Who knows, maybe a tomahawk. We wasn't around, so we just gotta kind of guess at what it is. But some other little odd pieces. This one here looks like it's been in a fire and blowed up to me. It's cool. It's got all these little pin straps on it. I have no idea what kind of flint that is, but killer. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Dover or something. Not sure what that one is. Different though. It's a piece that's been heat treated. You can tell by the red on it. You can tell by how thin it is. And what a weird flake. And right there you can tell there's the little impact area where this thing, when it was flint napped and thinned off of the big piece of flint like that, it's where they hit it, and where it was heat treated, it flaked real well. and it kind of come off a rounded thin flake. Whoever done that knew what they was doing. It takes skill. And then just a couple pieces of chert, probably keep and try to nap something out of. Just like the material. That's maybe big enough to make a little point with. It's a big piece, probably crack on, make something out of it. But anyway, that's the haul for today. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. I had a pretty good time, and hope you enjoyed the little history lesson. I might do some more stuff about the Breathitt County feuds in the future. But if y'all are interested in me doing stuff like that, just comment about it and let me know. But hope you enjoyed, and like, follow, and if you ain't already subscribed, please consider, and we'll catch you on the next one. See y'all.